say that this is a presentation and my business.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Huda. I'm studying in Scholars University from BA in English. So I'm going to tell you something about life. I'm not sharing any story, guys. So what is life? Anyone you tell me that life is a struggle, life is being a boring life, blah blah blah. But for me, life is a game of competition. So in the competition, if you want to win this competition, you have to think about that I can. If you think that I can, then you can do anything. So my speech is low, small, too small. So I'm sorry for that. I'm not prepared for today. And thank you for this. That's my.
Well, the problem
Life is too short.
life is too short, yeah, to live.
My speech is too short also. So keep it short.
Okay. Next.
স্যার আমরা এই যে এখানে
চলে আসো আচ্ছা শেষ করুন
ভালো খুব সুন্দর শোনাবে আপনাকে
Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself Tajian Ahmed, and today I'm gonna talk about practice makes perfect. First, what do we mean of practice? In act of doing something again and again in order to learn something or improve, it's called practice. In our daily, we do so many activities in our daily life. Some are so easy and some of them are relatively difficult. But nothing is beyond our reach. Practice and practice and practice. Practice makes perfect. We all know that. But in my thoughts, absolutely not. Practice makes improvement. You can always do better your best. You can always do something beyond you have never done. But you will never hit a state of perfection. That's why we always do practice to get better in our everyday life tasks. And I'm messing up right now.
No, carry on.
But there is still something that will get you, that will catch you on the blind side that you are not anticipate. But that's not true. We are doing something. Okay, that's all from me. I can't continue it more, and I'm sorry for that.
finish it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for.
Final touch.
Okay.
So let's practice.
Yeah. So let's practice. Yes.
More again.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fabian. Next.
Oh shit! I'm just waiting, man.
Go for it. হাতেও রাখতে পারো।
Good noon, everyone. At first, take my salam. Assalamu alaikum. It has been a great pleasure to me to introduce. I am Nurunahar. I am from Shoriatpur. I live in Dhaka. I passed SSC exam in 2021 in Kalachatpur Gov College. something for traveling. Traveling means going for another place, especially to distant place. It is good experience for everybody. Traveling, there are many advantages of traveling. Firstly, it quenches our thirst for our knowledge. It helps us. To know the unknown and see the unseen. By traveling, we can physically visit the place we read about in books. Secondly, we can meet different people and different place and different culture as a traveling distant place. Thirdly, traveling has also got a lot of educative value. We can learn many things from traveling and use this learning in our practical life. Traveling is a distant cultural, is no doubt expensive. In spite of that, we should travel as much as we can afford. The money spent on traveling will not be wasted. We can gain a lot from traveling. Thank you.
Next.
Good afternoon, all of you, respected teachers and my dear friends. Thank you for being present here. So today, I'm going to speak on the topic about drug addiction. So today's youth addiction to drugs has drawn my attention to this topic. Drugs are basically the chemical substances which we use in our everyday needs for various problems in our body, like body pain, headaches, etc. and so on. So there are two types of drugs, like first one is legal drugs and the second one is illegal drugs. So let's talk about the first one, legal drugs. So legal drugs are basically the medicines which we use in our everyday needs. And the illegal drugs are the ones that used to get into the state of being intoxicated or drunk. So this helps people to get lose their senses and forget everything. Consumption of such drug is illegal and can adverse an effect on our body. So I will say it can affect our body badly, both mentally and physically. Basically, young people often start with these drugs just tasting out of it, but they end up getting addicted to it very worse way, I would say. So they can get slowly stress, tension, anger issues, like that. So students also get into this drug addiction when they feel get into like emotional support or unexpected, unfair expectations. So they turn themselves towards drug to calm their anger issues. And also, puberty is also one of the biggest reasons behind this drug addiction. And drug consumption makes people mentally and physically weak. It makes students depressed and makes their recovery very difficult. So in the end, I would say to all of you, it's my request to stay away from drug addiction. And if I say whenever you feel low or down, so please then first reach your parents or any closest person you believe. And then discuss your problems with them so they can help you to recover your problems, whatever you're going through. So that is, and also the last thing I will say that drug is, it may looks like it may looks like attractive initially, but then end up you are whenever you are going to get used to it, it has the capacity to destroy the future of a person. So we should say no to drugs. So that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Next. You're doing excellent presentations.
নমস্কার
No specific comments, but you're good.
নমস্কার
You're doing better than my expectation was.
জায়গায়
All of you, overall.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you are well. I'm Mohammed Yasir from Naushad. I'm from Narayanganj. I'm studying at the International University of Scholars in the Department of English. So it's our presentation day, and I'm going to talk about social media. As it's my time to present, so let's talk about it. Before social media, at first we have to know what is media. Media is the plural form of medium. It describes any kind of channel of communication. This may include anything from print paper to digital data. In general, media refers to television, radio, newspaper, internet, and the other forms of communication. And then we have to know what is social media. Social media is one kind of digital platform that are interactive technologies that facilitate the creation and we can share of information, ideas, interest, and the other expression to each others. 2022, in this digital era, the whole world in our hands by different devices. There's a lot of search engine and social media as web-based. The popular search engines are Google, Bing, Yelp, DuckDuckGo, etc. And the famous social medias, Twitter, Meta, LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on from different countries that even we don't know their name also. Whenever we want, we can log and search there for take and share anything that we want anywhere. However, the users of social media is increasing day by day. Google did a survey and they are showing that the monthly user of Twitter is 320 million. Meta has 2.5 billion. LinkedIn has 260 million, and the last Instagram has total 1 billion users. And I think the number is uncountable although. There are some advantages and disadvantages of using social media and electronic devices. The advantages is 1. We can grab the updates to the world in any moment, anywhere. 2. We can share our important things with each other without going outside. And last, we can learn a lot of things and utilize them in our practical life. On the other hand, there are some disadvantages, and 1, we are wasting our expensive times by entertainment instead of learning. 2, we are destroying our health by excess using of electronic devices. And 3, sometimes we are involving with cybercrime in our unconscious mind. So finally, we should to be aware about these helpful and harmful social media and electronic devices. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Naushad. Sir is helping me.
যাও যাও আরে myself তো
আমি আছি বলে দিবা বলে মুখ দেখাতে বলে গেলাম আচ্ছা জান আপনি ভিডিও আমি অডিও জান
তুমি খালি মুখ না লাগাও, বাকি লেখা আছে। আচ্ছা,
জ্যাকেটে দাঁড়ান দাঁড়ান
কিন্তু এটাই তো চ্যালেঞ্জ।
জান
এটাই তো চ্যালেঞ্জ।
এই চলেন ব্রিটিশ সম্পর্কে
না বললে তো শুরু যেদিনই শুরু কর।
Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Taiba. I'm a student of English Department 11th batch. Today my topic is about what we are suffering a while ago. It's about load shedding. Load shedding means the suspension of supply of electricity. It occurs in all the places where there are electricity. Due to load shedding, houses, mills, factories, industries are come to a standstill. The government should take the steps to stop the load shedding. The insufficient production of power supply causes the load shedding. And the authority should establish more powerhouses to stop the problem of load shedding. Load shedding occurs to the big problem of students, and thankfully our government is trying to solve the problem. That's all for today.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sorry, তো এবার
আরে কেন
মাফ করুন।
ওইটাই ঠিক আছে
Hello everybody, Assalamu alaikum.
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম
This is Nipul here. I would like to talk about my hobby. Here I go. My hobby is to become a businessman in future. Business is the activity of making money by producing or selling and buying products.
বাইন হিম
I choose business because business has its own freedom and you can run your own business. There are many opportunities of business, but there are herein risks. There are risks and there is no business without risks. Most of the successful people in the world are businessmen. And I one day I successful in businessman, inshallah. Last of
what
all,
type of business do you want to do
I would like to thank my honorable teacher and friends to be listening my presentation. That's all. Thank you.